Also, a very high archetype of person that people don't realize. Fat girl with a very clean car. This is an archetype of person. A lot of fat girls cannot stop shoving food in. They have lost control of their own body. They cannot stop eating. So they make sure that their environments are immaculate. They're very clean.
Right.
And I've had many of these friends, the fat girl with the very clean car.
Yeah, it's a total thing.
Their car is so immaculately clean. It's like there was never food in it. It was like, it doesn't smell like food, but you know that there had to be food. You look at the girl and she's pouring out of the front seat and you go, there's been food. Why doesn't it smell like French fries? Every now and then you would get in my car and you'd see a little perfectly diced tomato that fell off a Mexican pizza. Just a little diced tomato sitting there on the dashboard. But you will never see that with the fat girl with a very clean car. You will smell beautiful perfumes. It will be very nice. She'll have maybe track lighting when you sit down. There'll be a pleasant aroma. Even as the car pulls up, you'll be like, wow. Her hair will be neatly back. Her hair will be neatly back, scrunched up in a ponytail. She'll always have new clothes on. You'll get in the car. You'll be, even if it's a shitty little car, it'll be so beautiful and immaculate. And you'll be looking around because you'll look at the girl and you'll expect that there'd be like a bucket of fried chicken in the back, you know? But no, maybe some gum, but only in a compartment where gum should be.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay?
Fat girls never show you themselves eating. Ever.
But there's a lot of, this is a specific type of fat girl. This isn't a normal fat girl. This is the fat girl with a clean car. This is a mythological beast that does exist. Who drives around Long Island, drives around New Jersey. She always gives everyone rides.
Mm-hmm.
She's always has that car. She'll pick you up and drop you off. She doesn't feel that connected to you. She feels like she's in her own world. She's driving around. She's always got a hot friend who's like, hi. And that hot friend's a mess. And that hot friend is another archetype, the hot girl with the disgusting car.
Right.
Very hot girl, but there's, empty bottles of perfume and vials of crack in the back seat and dogs and cats and, Monopoly pieces and, it's just a mess. She's got a prom dress and 25 pairs of shoes, but not the fat girl. Not the fat girl with a clean car. That girl, at the end of the night, she drops you off at your house. You give her a quick kiss. She says, thanks, good to see you. She's always funny. She's always personable, but not overboard, not so much.
Mm-hmm.
There's a type of fat girl that's always, pining for approval. This is not that girl. This is the fat girl with a clean car. You got to really dance on the head of the pin here. This is a very specific type of human being.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have experience with the fat girl in the clean car, you'll never forget it. You'll never forget how fat she was or how clean that car was, because both of them are amazing. And she had an interesting type of fat. It was like hard fat. It wasn't gelatinous, like fun fat to play with, like a lava lamp that was constantly rearranging itself. It was a hard shell fat, like someone had poured magic shell on it. It was like one of those desserts. You ever see on Instagram a dessert you hit with a spoon and then it opens up and then goo pours out, like some chocolate goo? That was the body type of the fat girl with a clean car. Just a big, hard shell. And you knew inside there was goodness. There was whipped cream or chocolate ganache, but you couldn't tell. You couldn't smell any food. You never saw any food. And she just picked you up and dropped you off. Sometimes she didn't even look like she was having fun. She barely spoke. She would go to the beach with all the other hot girls and stand there. And every now and then you would say something to her. And then she would say something back to you like, yeah, really? That's really all she said. She would go, yeah, really? And then you get back in her beautiful car. That is a person that I miss and a person I don't know if I'll ever see again, because we've taken fat and made it into this mainstream thing. and we've made everybody feel good about their bodies. Well, I mean, that's good for people, I guess. But what happens? What happens to the fat girl with the clean car? What happens to that very distinct, very specific human being who said very little and just drove a clean car? Does that person disappear? Do they go extinct?